Start with breaking news overnight. LSU basketball player Wade Sims was shot and killed in Baton Rouge this morning.
We have breaking news this morning. A Louisiana congressman has reportedly been shot. Louisiana Congressman and U.S. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise shot at a baseball practice in Virginia.
All the delays could actually end up hurting whoever does decide to run. The question this morning, after that surprising result in the election, how will Donald Trump be as a president? He's not a politician. He's never been in these situations before. How do you expect it's going to be like working with him?
Hey, Michelle, we've been out here all morning. Everybody going for one of these. I voted. I would put it on myself, but I'd feel like a fraud because I didn't vote here. I voted absentee back in Florida.
So this brand of grade A large eggs, $2.39 for 18. Now, same brand, same size, same grade, but cage-free, $3.69 for a dozen. That's nearly $1.50 more for less eggs. But you couldn't tell the difference in the kitchen. They taste the exact same. People buy cage-free because it's supposed to be a more ethical environment where the hens are raised, but is that really the case?
We forced our old field reporter, Connor Ingalls, to get outside and bear the elements. Connor.
Yes, I'm now reporting live in the field out here. This is, we wanted to show you guys. It is really snowing. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but this is my car, and you can see this is a good amount of snow right here. Coming off, go outside, check out your car yourself. It's a little cold out here, but yeah. Record-setting, measurable snowfall in Monroe, earliest it's ever happened by 10 days.
That's snow, sticking to those cold surfaces. So
It is.
oh, he came in with the snowball. That was pretty good. Oh, look at the outline on my jacket.
Look at that.
Now what? You know, I couldn't hear a word.
Fight, baby.
I couldn't hear a word you said out there.
I definitely wasn't going to get hit.
There's some snow for you this morning.
But if you want to protect the packages that come to your home, there are new options like this security camera you see me on now to keep your delivery safe. Hey, the picture, the lays, I think it gives it away. We're talking about Hawaii.
I think it does. Aloha.
This morning. How you doing? Aloha. That's what I should have said. How you doing, Jane? So I went to Lincoln Parish School Board Superintendent Mike Milstead to talk about why this might be happening. He couldn't legally address anything specifically about the storm breakers, but he did tell me all about Louisiana's statewide process of investigating bullying claims put into place in 2013 to fix this issue.
11-month-old Teddy Fletcher's blue eyes and smile steal the attention of any room he's in.
He is. He's really happy. He's really good. He's spoiled a little bit, a lot of bit. If he ever figures out how to walk, we're in trouble.
Although his adorable face wouldn't show it, he's fighting for his life. A battle that started before his mom and dad, Lee and Bear, could even hold him.
Basically, he was never able to pee.
Teddy developed a bladder obstruction in the womb, leading to kidney failure.
They prepare you for the worst, like really bad stuff. You just cannot Google anything when they tell you something. Because if you Google it, it's bad. I mean, it's not good.
Doctors recommended an abortion, but that was never really an option.
So we just let it go. Miraculously, I kept good fluid.
Nearly a year later, Teddy spends every night with Sarah, his dialysis machine.
9 hours a day.
9 hours a night.
Uh-huh. 9 hours, 7 days a week.
Which creates an issue when his family needs to travel outside of Louisiana for appointments. Thankfully, they found help with Monroe's Pilots for Patients program, taking families in need, like the Fletchers, from here in Monroe, to different cities where they can get the specific medical services they need, like Birmingham, where we are now. I was able to tag along on an April trip to University of Alabama Birmingham Hospital. The Fletchers traveling this time with volunteer pilot Albert Tucker.
Well, it's a great family, and they got an unbelievable story.
Tucker took off from his job as VP of Utility Operations at Curtis Stout in Shreveport to fly Teddy's family, who don't have to pay a penny.
It's a great opportunity to give.
Instead, Tucker covers the $400 to $500 trip himself.
Like a lot of people are doing for their neighbors and families, it's just I'm able to do it with an airplane.
An act that isn't just generous, but makes all the difference for Teddy.
He's one that needs help, and it allows us to get to there in time to hook him up to his dialysis machine or get him back home to hook up or whatever we need to do. The ability to get there in an hour and a half instead of 6 hours, 7 hours is a very, very fortunate thing to do. Something we couldn't do on our own, without a doubt.
The Fletchers got good news on their trip. Teddy is now able to be placed on a transplant list. Soon doctors will begin testing to find him a match.
If we can get him a new one, hopefully if everything goes well, he'll live somewhat of a normal life. I mean, he'll be on medicines for the rest of his life, but other than that, I mean, he'll be somewhat normal.
For now, Teddy will continue doing what he's always done. Keep fighting with with a smile on his face.
Teddy, share your spare. Teddy, tell him, share your spare.
In Monroe, Connor Ingalls, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Yeah, I took French in high school. Don't remember any of it. Was it laissez-les bon temps roulé? Is that?
Well, you're like my wife.
Okay.
I say, baby, do you speak French? She goes, un peu.
Yeah, this is about all I got.
And then you'll get a 10-second rest and move on to the next.
This is the toughest interview of my life, not because you're hard to talk to, but I've never had to do it while I'm doing push-ups. 7-Eleven here on Fox 14. I don't really have a costume, but I got this cool hat.
That is cool.
You like this? Thank you. It says, I'm here for the booze.
Like,
you get that, right?
like the scary booze?
Yes. That's what I'm here for.
Even by the most optimistic expectations, there's no more than 63,000 people in Monroe and West Monroe. And we've got 16 donut shops between the two. So 16 donut shops for 63,000 people comes out to be the equivalent of 25.4 shops per 100,000 people, meaning we could very well be the true donut capital of the United States.
I always love the presidential pardon of the turkeys. How do you guys feel about it?
I didn't know that they had like one on the chopping block or something. What's that about?
That's what I'm...
Right then and there.
So is peas or carrot, is the other one getting eaten by the president?
Yeah, it's like a live thing they do.
Man,
That's not true. No, they
I know.
both are going to be okay. You know, we'll share our personal feelings on this one. It's Turkey-free Thanksgiving Day, which is just not Thanksgiving. You know, live your life. Do what you want. If it makes you happy to not eat turkey, that's fine. But I'm not going to sit here and stand for turkey-free Thanksgiving Day on Thanksgiving.
If you believe in that, you should go have some romaine lettuce.
It's not Thanksgiving. Don't eat romaine
Don't
lettuce.
eat romaine lettuce.
All right now. Maybe go for the kale. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's not Thanksgiving.
And me and my wife, you know, we just here for the kids, you know, trying to make sure everything's straight.
Roosevelt Norman considers himself a family man. He and his wife, Coretta McMillan, do what they can for their 2 children.
I have a 17-year-old daughter, 5-year-old son. You know, they in school right now, you know, and I work every day.
And for much of the last 2+ years, the family of 4 from Rayville has been making it work with only 1 car.
It's taking a rough toll.
As they fight in court over what happened to their other vehicle.
We all got to just sit around and get in one vehicle, you know. We're used to 2 vehicles, you know.
In February of 2016, Norman and McMillan traded in their 2005 Kia Sorento and bought a used 2011 Dodge Avenger from European Services in Monroe, where Car Solutions now stands. But the troubles started right away.
We had it about 2 days. It ran hot.
What began as overheating issues led to multiple returns to European Services and culminated in ugly fashion less than a month later.
They took the car from us and never gave our money back or our trade-in or nothing.
Norman says European Services' Ali Mogimi was upset the couple hadn't completed payment for the car because of the constant issues, so he kept it. The $2,500 Norman and McMillan had paid and the Sorento they traded in.
When I took the car back like the 3rd time, he just told us we didn't do what he said to get off his property. We lost everything.
Over 2 years later, they still haven't gotten back any of it, despite multiple court rulings in their favor.
We've been to court. We won twice. We won the first time, and then on appeal, we won on appeal.
In May of 2017, European Services and Ali Mogimi were ordered to pay $28,505.28 to the couple. And they're still waiting on it, in part thanks to a tactic their lawyer says Mogimi utilizes.
Every time there's a judgment against him, essentially changes the name of the company. Same officers, same location, same business.
Sure enough, European Services became Car Solutions in December of 2016, a week before Norman and McMillan's trial began against the all of the sudden non-existent company.
The corporation has a different status from an individual, so that once that corporation is defunct, there are no assets there to get the payment for the judgment.
And that wasn't the first time a new dealership has popped up at the address. Autos 4U sat on the same lot in the mid-2000s before European Services. For all 3 businesses, Mogimi can still be found listed as either a manager, officer, or treasurer on the Secretary of State's site.
The one name that is constant is Mohini.
The reason for the regular changes could be because the issues Norman and McMillan faced aren't all too uncommon. From 2002 to 2016, Autos 4U and European Services were involved in over a dozen legal battles. Common issues include customers claiming they've been sold cars with bad parts and financial disputes over the company keeping money customers felt should be refunded. And in nearly every case we found on record, Mogimi represents the company in court.
It's heartbreaking, and when I ever think about it, it just makes me sick to my stomach.
Karen Davis runs a hair salon and boutique in Vicksburg. She says she bought a 2001 Mercedes-Benz CL500 from European Services in 2010, but when she got it checked out about 2 weeks later, she found out it didn't have a catalytic converter.
So he knew that it didn't have a catalytic converter. You're a mechanic. You already knows that. You already knew that.
Davis hadn't paid for the car in full, so she called her bank and told him to cancel the check she made out. But when she returned to the car and asked for her down payment back, she left empty-handed.
He didn't ever give us the money back, and we had already stopped the check, and he has the car, so now he has the car and the money. We had fell on hard times.
So I went by Car Solutions to talk to Ali Mogimi about all of these claims. Initially, we met briefly off camera. He told me he couldn't talk about any sales from a previous business, but we did agree to do an interview 2 days later. And when I came back for that interview, I was told that Mogimi would not be available to speak.
I can't control what Mr. Mogimi does, and I can't control when he is going to be here.
Chad McElwee, the general manager at Car Solutions, did speak with us on camera. He says he joined the company in 2017 after it replaced European Services at 2111 Louisville Avenue. McElwee swears all the alleged issues from the previous dealerships at that address are a thing of the past.
Well, no, that was a separate company from this. We're not the same people that happened before we were here. So, I mean, we take very seriously claims like that.
He blames the earlier lawsuits on an employee who's no longer part of the company.
It was a different company then. I mean, everything has changed.
Everything's changed? Well, Mr. Mogimi is still here.
Well, he's a stockholder.
He's a stockholder? Well,
right.
He represented them in court every time.
Okay, well.
Does that worry you at all as a general manager?
No, I'm pretty much in control of what happens here now, and that's what I focus on. I don't concern myself with what company was here before.
McElwee says any pending legal issues involving Mogimi don't concern him.
So you're saying that when Mr. Mogimi's business was ordered to pay $28,000 and they didn't do that and then you changed the business, that's got nothing to do with this business now?
That has absolutely nothing to do with this business.
Now, he asserts Car Solutions' focus is entirely on the customer.
Just as any company, we want happy people that come back. We want to take care of the people that we have so we can have future business.
We just steady going with it, hopefully some will fall through.
For Norman, his sights remain set on one thing, what he sees as justice.
And he took everything we had, and I thought it would have been over after the first time, but just hang in there if you can, but don't give up on it, because I ain't.
And one thing he's taken away from the whole ordeal and can pass on to anyone looking to buy a used car, do your research.
Just make sure you check it out.